All right, take two.
Action.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hey there, guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul Acevedo, EastX Twitch from Windows Central. Tonight I'm joined on the mic by good old Adam and Tyler.
Hello.
Hello.
This is PlayStation Vita night, so we're going to start out by playing Super Blackout for PlayStation Vita. This just came out this week, and we're lucky enough to have the developer, FordSoft, present in the stream chat, so he'll be answering questions if anybody has one. Yeah, and then after we play this for a little while, this is not the kind of game you would really stream for a long time because it's a simple puzzle game. But after this, then we will switch over to Corpse Party, which is an interesting adventure game from Japan with kind of a horror theme. So let's start out.
Sorry.
Go on.
I had a good joke, but I think you ruined it.
Super Blackout from FordSoft.
Why don't you start over and say Corpse Party?
So let's talk about Corpse Party.
Oh, I thought we were gonna play Key Party.
Nice.
I don't get it.
Nice. Nice. Bam. That went over real well. All right. We can just edit that part out if you want when you go to YouTube. No big deal.
Might just have to.
Keys in the when you came in, Paul. Everyone grabs keys and they go home with whoever keys they got.
Yeah. Key Party.
Okay. Is that somehow a play on the word corpse, though, or just party?
Well, it's like a corpse party, but then... All right, Paul, you don't have to... Not every joke has to be an A+ 5 diamond review.
I got it. Jokes don't have to be funny. So you must watch a lot of Family Guy.
Not jokes. I like Family Guy.
There you go.
Actually, I was watching some of the first season of
First
Family
season's
Guy.
good.
No, this weekend. It's weird how they changed Stewie, Soft and Stewie, because he was just a real jerk.
Totally.
Trying to kill everyone.
Yeah, that whole show has changed. 4D Soft says it's pronounced 40 Soft, but everyone gets that wrong.
I'm not willing to pronounce it that way. Tyler, you're in charge of pronouncing
it. It does look a lot like Ford Soft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maybe he should have written it like 4 and then the letter D. You wouldn't say that wrong.
That works.
Or they could even make a symbol out of it at least. Of course, then people would also spell it that way.
So is your last name? Your last name's pronounced like that? That's definitely not how I would pronounce that either.
He's been using a laptop cooling pad to keep his PS3 going. By the way, I want to welcome new viewer Jaguar. And of course, welcome that developer. What was the developer's name, Tyler?
Josh.
Thank you. Welcome him to the stream. And of course, some of our regulars. Good to see you guys. So I'm looking at the how to play here. You want to turn off all the lights, is what it looks like. So this is like that old kids game, Etch-a-Sketch, right?
No.
Shoots and ladders? Simon.
Light.
Pop it. Oh, exactly. Okay, like Pop It. Let's go.
Looks like something like Othello.
I don't think it's actually like Othello, but let's find out. I'm going to play on easy.
Is there a game called Othello?
Yes, there is. It's a video game. Is it a real-life board game, or is it like a video game of Go?
It is a real-life board game, but there's video games. There was a Atari 2600 game based on it.
Ah, it's Norwegian.
So Jaguar reminds me of like someone in maybe like Florida who has like jaguars sneak in their yard and like, oh, is that Jaguar back in the yard? Something like that.
Nice.
Gotta chase him away.
By the way, I was telling another PlayStation Vita friend about this game earlier, and I guess he was already familiar with an Android version existing. And he didn't think that the Vita version would support controllers, so he was like, you're not going to be able to stream that, right? Because it requires touch. But thankfully, the developer designed the game with PlayStation TV in mind and made sure that it was PlayStation TV compatible.
I would guess that's the reason he chose to include controller support. You could probably answer that for sure, but obviously without controller support it's not going to be compatible for PlayStation TV, so kind of cool that it's there.
Agreed.
He also mentions if you purchase the PlayStation mobile version, he's able to provide a code for a free upgrade.
What is PlayStation Mobile?
It's like this
trophy.
Old defunct.
I got a trophy.
Kind of wannabe. I don't know what you'd even call it, a wannabe like app store. I don't know.
Yeah, but where do you play those games?
You don't play them anywhere anymore, but you could play it on
up.
Vita and like Android.
How do I
phones.
restart?
Oh, so he must have had an older version out.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay, looks like the triangle button restarts. Good, because I made a mistake.
It's always sad when hey man, when Xbox Live indie games goes down, it's gonna be a sad day.
For all 5 of you who bought games for it.
I would say maybe 40 Soft can help us with this.
Whoa.
I'd say Xbox Live indie games is even quite a bit bigger than what PlayStation Mobile turned out to be. That's just my 2 cents.
There's some good indie games on that. Well, you know, they haven't said for sure, by the way, that it's, you know, they did announce a shutdown and then a they're gonna shut down. What are they gonna do? They're gonna shut down in a year. They're gonna stop accepting new games, and then in a year from then, they're gonna shut down the store. But that doesn't mean they're gonna shut down the servers. And they also
they actually said that you can still download your games.
Right, and they actually said they're gonna look into I forget the wording they use, but like preservation. So what that says to me is they're gonna look into a way to get these games to play offline, because no indie games have to be online to play.
Which was always dumb.
You have to be online to play.
Yeah, for the 360.
You need to be on. You need to be online for the indie games. The indie games section. Yeah.
He's not lying. I know your tendency is to think that Adam is lying, but in this case, he is not.
Everything I ever say is the truth.
I'm doing okay.
Games for Windows Live. I hear that was a grand success.
Did I ever tell you guys that I found out the inside story of why that tank's so hard? Let's see. I did.
Is this something you can share, and can you give us names?
Can't give you names, but yeah, I found this out when I was in Latvia. You know, because one of the guys there had been present for some of that, I guess.
That's where.
Whoa, this looks hard.
All right, go ahead.
That's where secrets go to die.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with some sort of funny Latvian joke, but you beat me to it.
Sita,
so cool.
Welcome to the stream.
I mean, it's not like my key party joke, but it's all right.
Oh well, there are secrets that I can never tell, but.
Okay, now's a good time for me. Oh, sorry. No,
yeah, why don't I finish the story? It's a quick story, but basically, you know, a Microsoft executive had set up this Games for Windows Live program. Not that it was ever a good idea, because PC gamers obviously just hated it, but at least if Microsoft had handled it better, it would have done better. And the guy set it up, then within the first year, he got transferred to a different department in Microsoft, and then it just lingered and died. That's what happened. Whoa.
So the guy that had a good vision for it ended up having to leave it right early in its creation, and no one else probably was like on board to keep it going.
No, I mean they never did anything, you know.
Right, they let it float there forever, but they had no desire to make it like cooler or incorporate new things. And stuff
Precisely.
Like that. Yeah,
and
that'll happen.
You know, with a difficult thing like that, where the users are kind of rejecting it, you have to be agile to fix it and get it to where people, kind of like how they were with Xbox One. They, you know, Phil Spencer came in and fixed all of Matrix's mistakes.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely.
And we thank him every day for that.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What I was going to say is I'll be streaming this game tomorrow, same time, but on my channel, which I'll post here in a second. But 40Soft, the developer, has generously donated a few codes for us to give away during my stream. So if you guys come check out my stream tomorrow, you'll have a chance to win the game.
Too much.
We'll also be giving away another Vita game called Heroes of Loot. So it's Vita giveaway night tomorrow at the Inverted Access stream. I'll go ahead and post
that. That is very cool.
And there's no little pitch.
Okay, will you tell the developer that I noticed a... No, never mind. I thought I noticed a design issue. I thought there was no way to exit out. But it turns out you push the equivalent of the B button. Let's see how this does. No. Boy, it didn't take very long for it to get hard, dude. That's what she said.
It gets challenging pretty tough. It is nice that there's no progression lock, so like you can just move on to the next level. And like if you're kind of stuck on ones that you can't figure out, then You just leave it.
Yeah, I was
later.
afraid I wouldn't be able to beat any
Well-
of them because I'm not smart enough for this kind of puzzle. It just never
Well,
mixed.
I'm not very good at it either. I wonder if Mr. 40 Soft is probably a pro and he just goes through and taps the screen 15 times.
Yeah,
and
ask
ends
him
up
how
with
good
over.
he is at this type of game in general. Crap.
I want to call you out on that's what she said to your own thing. You can't do that. You can only do that's what she said to other people's things.
Next, you're going to tell me when I can and cannot call shotgun.
Well, you can call shotgun if there is a front the front seat is available and someone has not previously called shotgun. But you cannot. That's what she said to your own thing.
Maybe you can't.
That's some official rules.
Hey, I managed to beat another level. Yeah, because I said we'd play this for half an hour, and I don't want to be stuck for half an hour. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, some levels you'll just fly through. I definitely, even on the section, I had to skip a few and come back to them. How good are you at these Ford Soft, 40 Soft? Like, are you just a super pro?
Triangles restart, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, he says he never beat him up himself.
The pyramid.
That's,
The
that's
pyramid
actually,
button.
honestly, a bit more encouraging.
Did you get them out of a book, or did you use an algorithm to generate them?
Well, I think every single one is solvable, so you could actually design them without too
Yeah,
much.
they've got to be solvable, but I mean, I just wonder if he looked them up or if he used some kind of computer thing to do it.
But I'm just saying you can create them just by turning on certain tiles and just turning off certain tiles. Because I don't think it's possible to build an insolvable puzzle.
You any good at these, Deborah?
It's my understanding.
Deborah agrees that these are too hard.
I did look at Swizzler's Goddess Twitter profile that you had mentioned the other day. It's really funny.
It is. He tweeted her today. He's like, "Hey, be like Paul says, and don't hate, appreciate." I liked that.
That's funny.
Oh boy, I know I gotta do that first.
You know what'd be cool is some sort of like personal playlist for this game. You know, I guess a Vita doesn't support that, but
Yeah.
you know, then you
I
could
agree
put
that
some.
would be cool.
Yeah,
But no, I don't think that's possible on the Vita, more than being a drawback on
Music playlist, you
the
mean?
game. Yeah.
I
right.
can't hear the music very well, but it
There you
seems
go.
inoffensive.
I'm just saying you might want to
Pretty,
mix it up.
Like quiet, kind of soothing style.
Play your twisted sister if you like that kind of thing.
God.
Okay, I'll just call you Josh. That works better.
You know, Josh always makes me think of the Blair Witch Project when she's screaming into the camera and the snot's
You
coming
know-
out of her nose.
You know what movie I've never seen?
Blair Witch Project.
God,
That's the
Tyler.
one.
Tyler.
He's been hanging out with Brian too much. Hey, I beat that one. Josh, I did have a little criticism here. Of course, you're a one-man operation, so this is understandable, but on the level select screen here, the numbers for the levels are a little too big for the bubbles. They should be smaller, because there needs to be some cell padding between the number and the edge of the cell. That's my artistic advice for you.
Man, oh man. Elbow's
Man.
too pointy. 4 out of 10.
What?
That's funny. I do see what you're saying. You mean on the left and right side. Really very close to the...
Well, it's on the actual, on the actual level select screen. They are all bumping up against the bubble things that you select, and they shouldn't be. They should have more padding.
Josh, do you play Xbox as well? I think you're mostly a PlayStation guy, from what I've seen on CAG anyway, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it started on Android, then went to PlayStation Mobile, and now here.
Any chance of getting a Dreamcast release?
Yeah, actually,
Preferably on the little memory cards. You can play it right
on
off
the
memory
VMU.
card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
There's another new Dreamcast game coming out, by the way.
Yeah, they do keep making those for some reason. I guess because it's easy.
So when I was a kid, we're gonna talk about Anaheim for a second, Paul. This is
I
your
don't know
favorite
about
subject.
this.
When I was a kid, there was a show called Saber Riders and the Star Sheriffs and I used to watch that, and they're making a video game, and it's going to be on the Dreamcast.
That's really bizarre.
It is really bizarre.
Oh, you were
You
so
should have made it
close.
for Marshall Bravestar.
You had half of it set up. You might have said, "Oh, you got it. Nice. Nice
Thanks.
job."
So yeah,
And he says he built the game with the puzzle editor, so I'm guessing he probably built the puzzle, or sorry, the puzzle editor, the puzzle creator. So I'm guessing he probably built that first, and then that's how he actually built the levels. So that way they would all be solvable. Though my understanding is that a game like this is infinitely solvable. But I
There's
don't
no
know.
solution for you, Tyler.
That's true.
yeah, but those I hear what Josh is saying about the mini games on the VMU, but man, those batteries. Like once they, I went through one more round of batteries. Like after everything died, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get some more batteries, and then those died a couple days later, and then I was like, well,
Yeah,
this
they don't
is
last
silly.
for crap. The VMU was a good
They don't
idea.
last
That
at all.
was the technology was not up to snuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can still save on it or whatever, but like you couldn't even like transfer, like you could transfer save files by clicking them together. There was a Voltron game on XBLA, Icky. I think it got delisted
Yeah,
though.
it was pretty crummy.
Yeah, it wasn't like real Voltron-y, was it? I don't know what I'm doing.
It was just hard to see what the hell was going on the screen a lot of the time, I thought.
That's another anime game I played, or show that I watched as a kid, Voltron.
It was fine for a kid's show, although, they mixed up two different shows together, so, like, the second half of the series made no sense. And then, also, they heavily censored it. So...
I mean, I was a kid, so what did I know?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying... Because when we were a kid, we liked it because the robots were cool looking, right? And they were.
Well, that's it. There was that. I watched. I vaguely remember watching some. What's the one with the robots and the thing?
Fantastic Four?
No, it's anime.
Transformers?
No, Transformers, not anime. That's an actual cartoon.
I always get stuck at like kind of this area where you're at now. Like I can get it down to 2 that are kind of separate but fairly close on the screen, and then I
Yeah, what do you do after that, right?
I suck at it. Like getting the 2 down to 0 when they're kind of scattered.
Wait, was Battle of the Planets?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that what you're
that's
talking about? 'Cause I
Gatchamon.
remember it had like 2 names, Battle
Or
of the Planets.
G-Force in America,
and
but it
Voltron.
was really Gatchamon.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
No, there's like it
Let's
was
go try
like
a medium.
Icky. It was like super popular. It was like there was like everyone drove a plane that turned into a robot.
Oh, Voltron.
No, not no. Not
Or-
Voltron. That's a lion.
Power Rangers.
No, not Power Rangers.
The second half of Voltron, they had like different kinds of vehicles and stuff because it was from a different show. Macross.
It was a big like.
That's what you mean, Robotech.
Yeah, Robotech. Right, Robotech. I watched some Robotech when I was a kid.
That was a pretty good
some of
show,
that.
although it was hacked together from 3 different shows. That's what they used to do back then.
Oh, here we.
Yeah, Kodo was like.
I mean, I never understood like that. That was like a soap opera. Like I remember not understanding anything that was going on with anybody at any one particular time. But there were robots and ships blew up, so I watched it.
I didn't watch it very often, I guess. I don't know. I don't think they showed it very long. Every now and then I would catch it after school. I like the different colors here. Let's see. Tyler, you need to be telling me the solutions so I can look like I'm smart. I don't know if it works that
Are
way.
you kidding me?
I'm sure with the delay that'll work out real well.
Yeah, well, you should see me playing it on
Woo.
Vita last night.
Yeah, Icky, I'm not really, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of like that kind of stuff anymore, so I probably won't, but I'll
If it's
take your
lighthearted
word
or
for it.
cool, Adam doesn't like it. That's a rule of thumb.
I like
You
lighthearted
do
cool
not.
things.
You only like dour things.
I am a big fan of The show with the mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
What's that movie?
Great Mouse Detective. A
Oh
callback
yeah,
to
nice.
Not the
Good
Great
reference,
Mouse
Adam.
Detective. No, I'm not even referencing that.
that. Well, you could have fooled me. Dowers, by the way.
What's the one with the mouse?
Pinky and the Brain.
No.
He's a mouse.
He's a mouse. They inherit the house, but there's a mouse in there, and they won't. And there's
Stuart Little.
Mouse
Hunt.
Oh.
Yeah, Mouse Hunt. Mouse Hunt's so good.
Is that a cartoon?
No.
That had House in it, right?
No.
Yeah, I think it did.
No.
Hugh Laurie?
No.
I really think it did.
No.
Deborah, was Hugh Laurie in Mouse Hunt?
Where? No, he wasn't.
Oh. Dang it, he wasn't.
It had that guy from that
Nathan
musical,
Lane.
and it had that
Yeah,
other guy.
the gay guy
Nathan
from
Lane.
One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest. Is that the one? No, not One Flew. No, the one Birdcage. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. God, that's nothing like One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest.
Nathan Lane?
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane.
He's kind of a nasal voice guy.
And,
Yeah, I
and
know
his other buddy.
Robin
whatever his name
Williams.
was. No, not Robin Williams.
Oh, the guy that has the really hoarse voice.
No, I don't think he did. No, he was
Nasal.
kind of he was kind of weenie. He's kind of a weenie guy.
I don't know who you're talking about then besides Nathan Lane.
Just think of some weenie actors.
Danny DeVito.
House was in Stuart.
Oh, there we go.
Danny DeVito's not weenie.
Dude, he's really tiny.
He's tiny, but he's not like a weenie.
John Leguizamo?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
probably not, but he is kind of a...
No. Are you looking it up on the internet, or are you just making
Yeah,
guesses?
Oh, I'm just guessing.
Nice, Jaguar really likes
Oh.
Mouse Hunt. You know, I've never seen it. I have seen Stuart Little. Do you know who wrote the script for Stuart Little?
What's
M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Yes.
Oh, really? I was gonna guess Brad Ratner.
But, yeah, it's a... Shyamalama Ding Dong wrote it,
Oh,
which
Hank
you wouldn't think.
Azaria? Talking about Hank Azaria.
From The Simpsons?
Yeah, he was in Birdcage. I've never seen Birdcage.
It's good. It's a little... You know, it's a little dated. Because being gay used to be more outrageous. Crap. Why has this got to be so hard? Thanks for making the hardest game ever.
It's tough.
Actually, it's probably not as hard as 2048.
The guy's name is Lee Evans.
I don't think that's even a real name.
I don't know who he is either.
Oh, it's
That's
Chris
a real
Evans. Chris Evans from American.
Oh,
Captain
cool.
America, right?
I'll watch anything with him in it.
Lee Evans.
Yeah, he was in Scott Pilgrim too.
Woo, beat a level!
It's hilarious.
He's. Is this the guy? Who is this guy?
He was awesome in Scott Pilgrim.
I guess it's him. Lee.
Harvey Oswald.
No. Lee Martin John Evans.
I beat another level.
Sounds like-
Word. Why don't we ask...
Josh says that he's probably not going to probably not going to develop for Xbox One, but he is planning to develop for PS4.
Tell him I said he needs to be an equal opportunity developer.
You know who else is in that movie? It's Christopher Walken, who's awesome.
Are we still talking about the Birdcage?
No, we're talking about Mouse
Oh,
Hunt.
but I've
Oh.
seen one and I
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
the other.
I haven't seen either. But Christopher Walken's good in
Everything.
Pulp Fiction. He can be hammy sometimes,
But it's his thing. He's good at that.
I know, but it's not. I don't know. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I like 2D platformers
Choose the scenery.
with RPG elements, like Potful Mail.
That was good.
I don't know.
That was a Sega CD game. By the developers of Ys. I don't believe they've reported it to anything else. Like, right when it came out, it probably came out on Japanese PC or something. But I don't think it ever came to subsequent platforms. Which is a shame. Yeah,
It's
they
cool
should
little
revive
game.
it. They should revive all their games. You know how Japanese developers are. They have to coast on their past successes.
Yeah, well, it's a working designs game though. Like they did the translation, and they've re-released some of their games somehow. Like they retain some sort of license or something.
Ah.
So they could maybe, I don't know.
Old Victor Island.
Yeah.
He was a huckster.
Yeah. Any tips?
Yeah. What are the strategies for this?
Yeah,
Be
just
smarter.
if there's any.
Stop losing. There's your tip.
Stop losing. Be better.
Gotta
Just
get
be a better
good.
man.
That's right.
Words to live by. Unless
Yeah.
you're a girl.
I mean, this game is not just rating you on your intelligence, on your mental intellect. It's also rating you as a human being.
That's true.
Oh,
It's a judge of character.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would say, to me, it looks like maybe the symmetrical ones are a little easier. You know, because if they're symmetrical, you kind of figure, well, I figure I probably have to do the same thing on the other side too. You know what I mean?
probably.
Probably.
Right, yeah, it's all pattern based. I just can't figure
Yeah.
out anything.
But I've seen a couple where they're not. Like there's just a few blocks here and there scattered about, and that to me seems like it'd be more difficult.
Hey, this one was actually easy.
I think you should add like an evil robot voice that taunts you every time you don't get it.
I wouldn't mind if it had a little personality. I guess it's not what people who play puzzle games like this don't actually expect, any kind of personality, but it's always welcome when some manages its way in there.
Here we have a This is a one that's not.
Yeah, forget that one, man.
Just 2 moves and I'm out.
Yeah, either I can see the pattern right away or it's hopeless, generally.
Right, I've kind of run into that sometimes. I'm not like I've done it before where I've had a few like just scattered and I've been able to turn it into something, but it's certainly luck still for me.
There must
not
be.
a- involved with-
There
I
must
can't
be
do-
multiple ways. You know what I mean?
What's that?
There can't be just one way to
Nope,
to
just
do
one.
these. I don't think so. I
I
bet you
mean,
there's more.
it's you can hit the tiles in basically any order to solve them because they work like that, I guess. But a lot of them do have fairly simple, like not simple, but like one way to do it methods. And he says if you're more than a few moves in, just kind of restart, which is a lot of what Paul's been doing, and myself too when I play it. It's like I'm not really seeing this pattern. You know, Paul's moving on, so he's not stuck on the same level
Yeah.
on stream instead of like staying at each level. But it's still pretty much.
Woo, beat a level! Booyah!
Clearly, what you're going for are crosses, or like plus signs, and like little Tetris signs if it's against the wall. That's what you're trying to create.
I like
basically.
Tetris. Hey. I beat another level. How about that? I don't think I'm gonna get any more trophies though. I think that probably was it for me, unless I use a guide.
You should beat the level that looks like a smiley. That looks like a smiley face. You get a trophy for beating that one.
That sounds cool.
I think it's level 17 in medium.
Wait, really? Let's go back and look. I guess that is kind of like a smiley. Do you know the solution to it?
That's the part that earns you the trophy.
Jaguar, you have to kill that mosquito. You can't just let him attack you.
Did you know that
Alright.
I found that playing games on the PlayStation has been very freeing because I don't give a crap about trophies.
My
It's very
voice sounds
freeing.
good right now. I do have a nice voice, don't I? Thank you.
Aw. Who
Aw.
told you that? Living Dead Girl?
Level editor trophies are the easiest. That's true. There are a couple. Yeah, you definitely want to pick those up before you call it a night on this one.
how do I shift this over to the left? Yeah, like if I knew the general algorithm for like how to deal with certain little situations.
Right. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty close. And then other times it's like, oh, I'm not getting this at all.
Yeah, if you can move those, see if you had those and you could just kind of guide them over to the corner, that would be my my advice. Because once you get to a corner, you know you can't. The ones around on the outside, obviously there's no blocks there, so you're free to go around the edges.
I just don't know how to do that stuff. Let's look at hard. These are red.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should move to the hard puzzles.
Yeah, because we have a little more. I guess we could do a couple more minutes, but then we need to switch over to Corpse Party. So of course we.
Oh, you should do the level credit, then you get a couple trophies.
Okay, let's do that.
I mean, it's pretty similar.
Level editor, right there. All right. Select level, so you can make 30 of your own levels. Is that how it goes? Or you pick?
Yeah, you're selecting it.
All right.
I mean, it's pretty dang similar, but.
Wait.
Yeah, you have to design the levels in the method.
Hey, I got a trophy.
How the game is made.
Yeah, that's.
And then if you save the level and then play it and beat it, then you get another trophy.
Okay. So how do I save it?
Just quit. Should
All right. Then play level. What do I push to play it? Just pick it.
I think you just select it and then.
Yeah, that did it.
All
right, come on, give me that trophy. That wasn't a trophy, Tyler. There it goes. Hey Billy, try my level. That's cute.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright, let's have a look at the credits. Game by Josh. Music from Kevin MacLeod. Is Kevin MacLeod a friend of yours, or is it like public domain music? I'd like to know that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
The music is pretty good for this kind of game. I'm always in favor of having more than one tune in a puzzle game, because I think any one tune will just get old after a while. But hey, it's an affordable game. Started out as a mobile game and everything. So he's public domain, but you could also be friends with him. You know, maybe if you wrote him like a nice introduction letter. There you go.
Pen pal. Everyone wants a pen pal in 20.
Tell him how your game used his music, and I'm sure he'll be impressed.
Maybe ask him out for lunch.
There you go.
Actually, no. It's certainly, not like a spectacular type of thing, but it fits the tone of the rest of the game well. And it's certainly not something like I mute. It's not offensive, like you said. And it's surprising how many games there are that like you really need that kind of music. Sure,
You just gotta.
So, however you decided, I think was a good choice on the music.
Yeah, it works. If you only gotta have the one tune, then it might as well be this one.
I might have tried to get the Cannibal Corpses license, but it's cool. You want to go this way?
Oh God.
Public domain.
Not my favorite band.
Is that a band that you talked about last time? Weren't we talking about weird bands?
I guess they're a
last
death
time?
metal band, aren't they? They did a cover of a song I really liked, 2525, and they totally ruined it because, of course, they sound what they sound like,
Cannibal Corpses.
So there's a song, 2525, this great old-fashioned rock song.
Yeah, in the year 2525.
Yeah, I mean, it's still alive. Always been a favorite song of mine.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, boy, they pooped on that song.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I think you have to retain some of the original sound, even if you're, like when you're doing a cover, you want it to appeal to people who like the original song. And I think if you just put too much of your own style on it, and your style is way different, then it may or may not work,
Yeah. There's a death metal cover of Shakespeare's Sisters' Stay. That's pretty cool. And I used to be super into a band called My Dying Bride. Of course, now I just listen to jazz.
You seem like the kind of guy that.
Well, sure. I mean, when you get to be almost 50 years old,
I am not almost 50.
Slow it down.
Edit that out. I'm tired of you saying that. I want that edited out of the video.
Well, you never agree with it, so.
But it's wrong. Why would you say things that are wrong?
That's what makes it a good joke.
Why would you?
If it was true, it wouldn't be a good joke.
They just put an old school hip hop radio station here where I live, so that's been cool. That's what I've been listening to lately. Old hip hop from when I was in junior high.
Random levels. How do random levels work, by the way, before we switch games?
They're just created randomly. That's why I was kind of saying I think that any puzzle is solvable. And you can put it on 3 difficulties as well. I'm not sure how the algorithm works to determine, because like to me this doesn't look all that easy.
No, I did beat the 1, but okay. We need to go ahead and switch games while we still have time. This has been Super Blackout for PlayStation Vita. I believe it costs $4.99, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
so you get 90 levels that are handcrafted or whatever, or something like that. And then you also have 3 difficulty levels for random levels, and you can make your own levels. So if you enjoy Lights Out puzzles, it seems like a really nice collection. It's the only game in town on Vita, has PlayStation TV support. Nice little game. Ah, that's what the difficulty determines, kind of like how Sudoku works. So thank you very much, Josh from 4D Soft, for joining us and showing us your game. Now we're going to switch over to Corpse Party if everybody is down for that.
Thanks, Josh.
Game is $5. Adam.
Yeah, it's in a different room.